Hey guys, what's up? This is a recent coaching slash replay analysis I did. It's with an ancient level support player, and we kind of go over what you should do in like the early game, like laning stage, and what your game plan should be, and then also kind of go over where you should be playing on the map after the lane. So, hope you guys enjoy. If you are interested in any free coaching or replay analysis or just tips, then here's the Discord information. You can just join and hit me up. Or I'll be streaming this week, as I am every week. So feel free to stop by. Here's the info for that. And yeah, just stop by, say hi, or ask any questions. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned next week. How to Counter series is getting another episode. Peace.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I can hear you.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. All right, is there like specific game you want me to look at, or kind of
I think
what are you?
it's one of my latest games, and it was a very close game, so I think there would be many mistakes to learn from here, because this was definitely a winnable game.
This shaman game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right.
pretty long, so you can maybe skip some parts or speed up. So
Yeah, sure.
it's a 60-minute game.
Yeah, I'll just share my screen on Discord as well, just so you don't have delay. Okay.
Okay.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. Them dire buildings tough as nails for now.
You play shaman often, or is this like a new hero?
No, I don't play it often.
Okay.
I used to play like Jakiro and Grim mostly, but after the new patch, I think people are mostly. I think Shaman and Witch Doctor are mostly meta now, so I'm shifting towards these.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've seen you like you were started top, you kind of meandered towards mid, and now you're bottom. As you kind of make these like rotations between lanes, do you have like a game plan in your head, or are you kind of just like
So
do you
what
more like
happened in
react? Mm-hmm.
so in this game, I think we lost our mid tower pretty quick, and I think bot needed help because UCP is dead, and I think Axe was doing okay top, so I thought maybe I should just help these two lanes.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I should have rotated earlier to prevent this from happening in the first place.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too. I won't say there's like a right answer yet, but
Okay.
let's see, this goes pretty well.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits. Radiant's top tower's hurting. Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Yeah, I've lost 2 towers already.
Yeah.
Support invoker. What is their mid hero?
Yeah, mid is
Jakiro?
Jakiro. Yeah, people just keep picking Jakiro these days.
Interesting. Okay. How often do you rotate mid when you're playing like, position 4? Is it something you try to do every game, or?
No, I think that is something I don't do much. So
Okay.
the thing is I mostly play position 5. So
Okay.
when due to roll queue, if I get 4, I still forget that I'm supposed to rotate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
You think I should have rotated by now? Mid?
Not right now. So how I kind of see um the role of support is that um have you ever heard of like the concept of like timings or like an item timing
Yeah.
or something like that? Yeah. So usually you talk about it with cores, like core players like, oh, I'm gonna farm 500 gold and then I get my BKB and that's our timing. You know, we can just group up, take a team fight, we can do whatever we want because I'm strong at that point.
Right.
How I kind of think about it as support is you have a lot of these timings, but they're like micro timings. Like they're
Okay. With supports.
yeah. When you play
Okay.
support, it's like you have so many timings you need to keep in mind, and they don't really have a huge impact, but if you do all of them, it kind of adds up, you know?
Okay.
So the first
Like
one I would
runes and
say,
lotuses.
yeah, exactly. So the
Okay.
first one is like at well, the first one maybe you could say is like blocking the camps or whatever, or making sure that you block their camp and your camp is open.
Okay.
And then 3 minutes, you always want to get the Lotus.
Okay.
And then 4 minutes,
Power
um,
rune?
4 minutes, it's water runes, but you kind of
Okay.
want to decide: do you want to just stay in lane and keep laning with your axe, or do you want to go help your mid get one of these runes?
Okay.
So that's like the 4 minute timing, you can say.
Okay.
And then between 4 minutes and like 6 minutes, nothing really happens. Around here, like 5 minutes and 30 seconds, this is kind of where you should, in most games, look to help your mid with the rune.
I see. Okay.
This game, I'll say, is kind of an exception, just because, it's a uh, kind of like uncommon matchup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you will always have like Skywrath mid or Jakiro, but
Yeah.
more common heroes like I see a lot of
Storm or
Storm
Cop.
Spirits, yeah, Quaps.
Okay.
They love the runes. Like it can
Okay.
snowball their game like crazy. So 5 minutes 30 seconds, um, like something you can do every game, like replicate every game from support, is just you have a ward, you run to mid. It's nighttime, so they won't see you place any wards. You just set up some vision on the rune, and then you can just sit at this rune spot, and your mid can go to this one. And you if it spawns where you are, then you're kind of the bodyguard for it, and he can come get it. If it spawns bottom, then he gets it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just right now.
So that's just something you can do like every game. Like this
Right.
game I would actually argue like I maybe wouldn't have helped him with the rune, just because Skywrath doesn't really use runes. Neither does Jakiro. But in general, it can be like a rule to follow.
Okay.
Did you feel ever like your axe doesn't really need your help right here, right? Do you feel
Uh,
like kind of awkward, like just like sitting around him and like you're kind of
I
waiting
think
for
I
something to
realized it a
happen?
bit later when I
Yeah.
left the lane.
hmm
So
So
you think at this point I should have left, right? Because the wave is
yeah.
there's nothing going on really. Okay.
Usually when you have that feeling of, oh, there's nothing really going on, it kind of just feels like awkward right now. It's usually because you should be doing something else.
I see. Yeah, true.
So like instead of being right here, you should be standing here, and then it would feel like more natural.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that was the 6 minute kind of timing. 7 minute should be your favorite timing as a support.
Yeah, wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom runes.
Yeah, this and wisdom.
This is just like unfortunate. You're playing against Jakiro, so he's just gonna take your tower really early.
Yeah.
I don't think you really could have defended it. But
Yeah.
the wisdom's super important.
Oh yeah.
Especially as you climb more, like people will take the rune exactly at the same moment it spawns. So for example, in one
Right.
of my games, like if this guy checks at 7 minutes 20 seconds, there's no rune there because someone already took it.
Oh, really? From the other team, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of a habit you can start now. So like when you
Okay.
play against better players, like you will never get this rune stolen from you.
Okay.
Have any questions so far? We kind of went through a lot.
Just a general question. So, like, even before the game starts, let's say you are in my place, you're shaman. You look at the draft. How do you see the draft? What comes to your mind in terms of the game plan, item progression, and timings?
Okay, so this is probably something I would think about, um, like after all the heroes are picked, right? You know,
Yeah.
there's like that strategy time.
Yeah.
So I'll probably look at the enemy heroes first,
Right.
and I'll say, okay, um, there's a life stealer, so all he does is kind of just stick on you and right click you. So I might need some item to help me survive, like a force staff or a ghost scepter or even
Right.
a glimmer cape.
Right.
Um, you know, maybe force staff is looking even better when you look at like heroes with slows. Like this guy has ice wall. This Jakiro guy can like place macropyre on the ground. Like force staff
Yeah.
seems like the better option here.
Okay.
Um, and then I would look at my own team, right?
Yeah.
So here I see you have an axe. Um, Axe loves to be that tanky guy that just blinks in to the middle of everyone, right? Starts the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this game I would probably just skip blink. It's a popular item on Shaman, but you don't
Yeah.
really need it because you can just
Oh.
your axe will always start, right? You don't need to.
Oh. Yeah.
So you can kind of use that 2,000 gold for something else, like Force Staff we mentioned or Aether Lens.
Okay.
Um, I wouldn't really go into more depth than that. That's like all I would think about in the strategy
Okay.
phase.
Okay.
Um, that's for like generally in the game, and then you would just figure out what your level 1 items are. Which I
Right.
think your level 1 items were pretty good from what I remember. There's just like a lot of
Right
regen
away,
and yeah, blood grenade. Always want blood grenade. 2 sentries is nice. Um, 2 tangos is more common on position 5,
Right.
just because it's nice to feed your carry a bunch of tangos.
Yeah.
Position 4, um, I'm not sure if it's the best. I'm trying to think what
Okay.
else you could buy. Maybe more stats, just like a circlet or something.
Yeah.
Circlet, or you could buy a stick if it's a good lane for stick.
Okay.
Um, yeah. That kind of answer, kind of what you were asking.
Yep. 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 Thanks.
Okay. Anything else that comes to mind?
Not yet.
Okay. I'll kind of skip ahead. Kind of talked about what to look for in lane.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
So after about 10 minutes, laning stage is kind of over already. By the TP scroll, nice.
I think I pinged my team for the live stealer.
Okay. Nice. Worked out really well.
Yeah.
A way you could kind of level up that play is as soon as, do you use your mic or you talk in games?
Yeah,
Like
a
chat
lot.
or anything? Okay. So as soon as you make this play, um, your teammates are gonna want to leave, right? This guy, Skywrath, is gonna see this wave mid. Hoodwink is probably thinking, oh, I could get like a bounty rune or a ward or something. But what do you want to
Right.
do as soon as you kill this guy?
Top tower.
Yeah, right. It's just, we just got to
Okay.
kill. Let's just take the closest objective, right? Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is like a moment where you could just tell your team as soon as he dies, like, stay top, don't leave. Let's get the tower.
Okay.
And kind of takes more awareness, but you could also like convince them and say like, I have, serpent wards, there's a catapult, like can kind of convince them to stay because you have a lot of tower damage.
Right.
But once they leave, it gets like pretty scary, right? Because now you're only two
Yeah.
heroes here. They see your Skywrath is not there anymore, so they feel more confident being here. Okay. So I'm seeing everything just works out anyway, but uh, kind
That
of
would
like
have
the,
been better if
yeah,
Sky also.
it's kind of like the wisdom rune thing. Like you should just get in that habit of like, hey guys, we gotta kill. Let's just all stay here and get the objective before we leave.
Okay.
Because better players will see Skywrath TP'd mid, and they'll be like, hey, there's only 2 or 3 heroes here. Let's just TP in with 3 or 4 heroes and just kill them all. Okay, first smoke was good. Let's see the second one. Okay, that went really well. So this kind of driving that earlier point home. Like you guys won this fight and got some kills here, and everyone just naturally went to this building to take it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe someone said something, but it just feels natural. But sometimes, like you were top, like people are thinking about other things. So that's where it's nice to kind of say something and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Okay.
Okay, things are going great.
At this point, I wanted the team to be here. Like Sky left, and then I
Yeah.
got caught.
Okay, I'm curious, why did you want your team to be bottom? What's kind of
Uh,
your reasoning?
I felt like we could group up, and as five we were stronger in a fight. Because I think Lifestealer does not have his fighting items at this point. Can you check
Mm-hmm.
if he has armlet? I don't think he has armlet at this point.
No, he's going straight Radiance.
Yeah, so I felt like if we were five here, we could have fought and take the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Was I wrong over here?
Um, I think in theory you're right. Like if your team is 5 here and then they show up with 5 or less heroes, you will win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But um, okay, I'll kind of try. Let me think about. It's a good way to word this. I guess I'll start by just like asking some questions and hopefully we'll get there. Oh, so your primary objective from bottom is to get this tower, right?
Right.
So what does taking this tower do?
It like r makes them difficult to farm the bot lane.
Okay. So it kind of like opens up this area a bit, makes
Yeah.
you able to walk around here, maybe around here.
Yes.
Okay. So is that what we want to do? Um,
Uh.
Kind of what I'm getting at is you've taken the top tower, you've taken the mid tower. How much better is it for you to take the bottom tower?
Hmm. Okay. So if I remember something from BSJ, he used to say that you can only occupy two lanes at one point. So I guess if we have
Okay, okay,
taken top and
yeah.
mid, then we shouldn't be focusing bottom by that
Yeah,
logic.
so you're familiar, you're familiar. You want to play 2 lanes. Um,
Okay.
kind of what it boils down to is you will never be able to have uh 3 like at least one hero in each lane and win a team fight, right?
Yeah.
Unless you can somehow you're like so far ahead that 3 of your heroes can team wipe them, like it's just too hard to play in and defend 3 lanes.
Okay.
So that's kind of how people just got to this rule of okay, just play these 2 lanes, these 2 lanes. So then we have to ask which lanes should we play? Which 2 lanes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say as a general rule, when you're Radiant, after the lane, you should play top lane and mid lane.
Okay.
And if you're Dire, then you should play mid lane and bottom lane.
Is it because of the ancients?
It's partly because of Ancients. It's kind of I guess I could explain like all the ways that it's better, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like honestly this is one of the things in Dota that it's just easier to accept it as a rule and
Okay.
then kind of learn on your own why the rule
Okay.
works, you know?
Makes sense.
So I would just say like before you even understand it completely, just think, okay, after the lanes, let's get top tower and mid tower and let's like place this ward and let's just keep playing top and mid, top and mid.
Okay. So I ward their part of the jungle as well, and then we just
Right.
stay there. Okay.
So that's why this kind of play will feel like more awkward because it's at the point of the game your PA doesn't really want to like fight yet. He still wants like a couple items.
Mm-hmm.
But this part of the map isn't really good for him to farm
Okay.
because it's only like, 3 camps. Like you said, there's no ancients. Um, it's not the best.
Okay.
So if you are playing top, then it kind of feels more natural to progress the game. If you're top, then you have access to these camps, you have access to this camp, you can ward this cliff. Um, you also have access to these camps, you can ward this cliff. There's like so much more you can do. And if they come top, then you can always back here and farm ancients. Right? There's so much for you to do and kind of naturally be more aggressive and more defensive. But you don't
Okay.
have those same things to do in the bottom side of the map.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of, and this is like, you'll watch it in the videos and BSJ says, just play these 2 lanes, play these 2 lanes. But I think it's pretty funny how people, it's hard to put into words and people forget it, but chances are if the game feels bad and you've been losing like every fight and you can't find a way to like get anything off the map, chances are you're playing bottom when you should be top.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Like I'm sure if we rewind and we look after 10 minutes, all of the good things that happen will happen top or mid, and all of the bad things that happen to you guys will happen bottom.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Yeah,
I can recall that now. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
I think I don't want to like discount what your thought was before. I still think you guys are very strong if you like stay grouped up. Like Skyrath, for example, should be playing with the supports, right?
Yeah,
Because you guys have lots of stuns and this guy has lots of damage. Together you can kill anyone. It should just be done in this area
right.
rather than bottom. Okay.
Something bad's happened to the Radiant's courier.
Can kind of see from Dyer's perspective how like natural it feels to play bottom. Because they were kind of
Yeah,
around their triangle and then they took a fight here and now they're like naturally farming out and spreading out in bottom and mid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Okay.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the Just do something about their bottom tower. Dire gave up a bottom tower. The Dire better do something about their bottom tower.
This is also like a reason where it's hard for Radiant to play bottom is you push in because you feel strong. And how many ways do they have to like TP in and attack you? They can TP here, can TP here, they can TP here. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of too hard to like push your advantage because it's so easy to respond to.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how the rest of the game goes, but if I were to guess from this point, it's you guys keep going bottom and kind of slowly losing your lead.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice bushwhack. Okay. They're just consistently going bottom. Okay.
But if they like start pushing bottom and they start hitting bottom tower, then we do have to come bot, right?
Yeah, you can all come and defend.
Okay, but that's not where we should be playing by default.
Yeah.
Okay,
It doesn't really help you win the game. It just stops the enemy from it basically stops you from losing by like preventing the enemy from winning. So
makes sense.
I had kind of a coach. He's like some 10K, 11K player, and he always uses this term like you need to think about how to progress the game. So
Okay.
there's things you do like pushing a tower that progresses your game, right? Closer to the enemy's throne.
Mm-hmm.
And there's things you do that just prevents the enemy from progressing their game.
Ah,
So
like defending your own
yeah,
tower. Okay.
defending tower, defending high ground. But these things, like, yeah, you get gold and XP, but in the grand scheme of things, like, what matters? Killing the buildings and getting closer and closer to the ancient. Not saying you shouldn't defend, but it should be like, okay, guys, let's go quickly defend and like stop their push, and then we need to quickly go back top because that's where we want to play.
Right.
hmm So in your games, you can also say like from the support perspective, you can just say, hey guys, let's play bottom or let's play top and mid. Um, some other things you can do to kind of convince your team to come is just place wards in the area.
Right.
Cores will love to farm around where there's vision, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'd say that's like the easiest way to kind of get your team to play top.
Pointed at your own business.
Who said you could stroll under my bounty?
You have any questions so far?
No, I think not. Not right now.
Okay.
I think the all. I think we were waiting for PSBKB to go Roche. I think that's the
Okay.
next step, right?
Hmm.
Oh, she had it. I think we should go to Roche anytime soon.
Okay, that's good. It's good that you think about Roche. Nice. I saw you. Drew that line. Let's push out top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Place vision. Perfect.
I was
Kind of.
hoping to
Yeah.
catch Invoker if he came forward.
I see. Okay. That's good. That's good. Kind of the perspective of, replay session is most of the time it's just like criticism, right? Just telling you
Yeah.
like, oh, don't do this, don't do this. But it's also for your like perspective and play, you should also keep in mind like the things you're doing correctly.
Okay.
So like it's great that you place down vision at Roche. It's great that you stand outside the pit. You're not just sitting here waiting, to get
Right.
stunned or
So
something.
my
But
question is like once you're in my place, so once you have Roche, what do you think now? Do you go back, reset the lanes, and then do something, or do you just push top?
um, I would say your priority should be to get the lanes out always.
Okay.
But I think in this case, your lanes are fine for a bit. Like this will take at least like 20, 30 seconds to get to your
Mm-hmm.
tower. And this
Okay.
is not yet at your tower. There'll be another wave soon. So I would say it's fine. You guys just go try to pressure this tower.
Dire's top
Okay.
tower. You know the drill. The Dire might want to mine the top tower. The Radiant structure might fail.
One thing to keep in mind is something changes right here. Your Skyrat TP's out, right?
Yeah.
Um, you'll start noticing this more and more as you climb, and like we mentioned, the players get better. As soon as they see this guy is gone, that's like a signal for them, okay, maybe we can fight them.
Yeah.
So once your Skyrat TP's out, you need to kind of make the decision in your own head, like, okay, should we just leave right now? And I should tell everyone, let's back, let's back.
Yeah.
Or should I get ready to fight? You know, maybe I, set up this ward. Maybe I'm getting ready to get in position to hex someone or glimmer my axe.
Okay.
So
The Dire might want to mine the top tower.
okay, they actually are like smoking. Why is this replay so buggy?
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
They're kind of slow to defend and respond, right?
Yeah.
But from their perspective, they just see this their mid hero. Your mid hero is not there. So it
Dire's
looks
Yeah.
like a
top
good
tower.
fight to take. I'm not saying anything needs to like change about your play, but that's something to be aware of, right?
Okay.
Like what does the enemy see on their map right now? Okay, they see probably our strongest hero is bottom, and
Yeah.
they might try to fight us right now.
Radiant's mid tower's in trouble.
Unlucky.
I acknowledge you.
Yeah, I think I was telling Sky constantly to maybe play near the team because he just left and then he was climbing the enemy triangle from the lower stairs and he got caught. Even now he's he's the only one away from the team.
Yeah. At that point, you just need to kind of
Radiant's
adjust
bottom tower
and kind
ain't
of
pretty sight
try to
right
figure
now.
out what he wants to
Have
do.
fun trying to bust
If
down
he's farming
Radiant
away for the
structures
team,
now.
like why is he doing that? Is there like an item that he needs really, really badly? Is there
Radiant's
kind
bottom
of some
tower's in
vision you
good
can set
hands.
up that helps him farm that safely? Or does
Hmm.
he just, maybe he's just running around like a lost chicken, like a chicken with no head. Like maybe he just needs some direction.
Yeah.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
It looks like he's willing to join the fights, just he doesn't really know what to do. after the fight's over. He just kind of farms
Yeah.
the wave and gets killed, ganked.
Even at this point, we should be playing mid and top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime you want to leave mid and top, um, there should be a good reason, basically. So, Roche is bottom, or we should take a fight right now so that we can push some buildings or something. And
Okay.
then you may want to move away, but when you move across the map, that's when generally you should smoke. So unless you're TPing to defend a tower, it's awkward to just kind of like walk around towards the bottom side, look for some potential kill, you know.
Yeah.
So by default, just should be playing top and mid.
Okay.
It's also just safe to assume, like the safest thing to assume is you're playing top and mid, all of your vision is top and mid. If they're playing bot and mid, you can assume all their vision is there, right?
Yeah.
So that's also why, you know, most people will smoke towards the other side of the map, because the enemy
Makes
will have
sense.
vision. Yeah, set up.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Taste myself. But I'll make
Yeah. At this point, there were some, I think, arguments in the team between
Yeah,
Max and Pia.
civil war.
Yep.
Top tower's in bad shape.
And I think this is where I started feeling a bit less in control, feeling
Hmm.
helpless.
Well, it's only natural, right? You're kind of winning, even if it's a little bit. You're winning like the whole game, and then now you guys are suddenly
Tower for the Radiant.
Yeah.
on the back foot.
First flying at Radiant's top Radiant's top gone now.
I think this was the point. Yep. Like the last fight.
Hmm. Okay, we can watch a bit more. Kind of for this replay or this session, I know I like talk a lot and like try to add lots of different points, but I actually don't really like overloading with information because I feel like it's
Hmm.
very hard to retain it all, you know, remember it all when you go into your next game.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have started writing down some things because I watch a lot of videos and I do this and I do that, and but once I'm like 5 minutes into the game, I just
Yeah, it's kind of
forget.
autopilot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And every game is so different that it feels so awkward mapping something from a previous game to another. But
yeah, that's true.
okay.
So I'm gonna watch the rest of the game, but um,
Yeah, I
I
mean it's up to you. I think that at this point it's till it this point it's fine. Like you can close the replay maybe.
no,
The game just dragged on and on between like we kill them, then they kill us, then we kill them, then they kill us, and then
uh-huh.
eventually we just lose our buildings because
I'm
they have
kind of
better
curious.
tower hitters.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's like something to watch for. But
sure.
up to this point, you can kind of like say that some things we've learned are to help you build the lead and
Y-
maintain the lead, right?
Yep.
So I don't really want to focus on anything that's like, you know, starting a comeback or like how to play from behind.
Okay.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
It's pretty good.
Here's what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower. Dyer's bottom towers.
What a cool fight. Just a bit deep.
Yeah, in a very tiny space.
When you Roche, is it like, are you saying something, or your team just wants to Roche, or how do you decide to Roche?
I think in most games I give the call for Roche.
Okay.
I prep for Roche, I get smokes, I get wards, and I do
Hmm.
that.
That's a super good habit to have.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, cause I think in the state Dota is in right now, it's very hard to. It's actually a throw if you try high ground without an Aegis.
Yeah. I
So
think honestly what I remember from like ancient bracket is that like when people start going high ground,
that's where they throw.
yeah, that's like where the real game starts, you know?
Yeah,
Like even if you're like behind all game, once the enemy goes high ground, that's like your chance at a comeback.
yeah.
But yeah, the Roche is a good habit. Even people in my games, like I've lost plenty of games just because our team doesn't want to Roche. So the enemy gets free Roche and
Yeah.
it's like hard to come back from that.
This point, Lifesteal is pretty fat.
Yeah.
Pretty fat. Very hard to kill.
I like how you play team fights though. You seem to be very aware of like which of your teammates is going in or how you can help them. You don't really tunnel vision on just like one guy.
Yeah, sometimes I do tunnel vision, but tunnel visioning was one of the problems I had when I was not. When I was like 1K, it was a
Okay.
big problem for me.
Hmm. Oh, nice.
Maybe right now I should have blinked in instead of out. I didn't know they were going in.
That's okay. I probably would have done the same. I might have even just like TP'd home.
Right.
Dyer's bottom towers see better days. Trouble the bottom tower.
At this position, I'm not sure how you feel while you're playing the game, but I'm sure as a
Well,
support, you don't feel like you have
yeah.
much ability to kind of, control the game.
Yeah, other than Moral support, nothing else.
Yeah, kind of up to your cores.
Yeah, like just using my support items to glimmer force and stuff.
Mhm.
Nothing much.
Yeah, I think your team fighting is pretty good. All right.
I think I made the call that if the buyback just get banned, so we're trying to get their buybacks.
Okay, that's smart.
I think I'll put some ward. Yeah, I will put a ward, and then they buy back, and then we just leave. Yeah, we should have blinked out instead of bringing down, but
Yeah. Oh well. All right. What are kind of some of the takeaways from this game?
I think
I
as a support, I have much more control. I mean, if I remember, somebody told me that in early game supports are the actual carries, so you have more control over the game.
yeah.
So up till that 20-25 minute mark, I have control over the laning, the
Hmm.
rotations, helping mid, securing runes, wisdom rune, those lotuses and stuff. Um, and then taking the right towers, putting vision in the right area to enable my carry. Uh, and not playing in the bot lane if I am Radiant,
Yeah. Just play
unless
top
I've
and
looked
mid.
absolutely right.
If it's dire, bottom and mid. I think
Yeah,
those are good enough.
yeah.
Do you have
And
any?
I think Shaman is not my. I probably I don't think I have. This was probably my second or third Shaman game in the last year. I don't play Shaman usually.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
I
I
think you played
climbed
pretty
with
well.
Ancient Apparition,
Hmm.
Earthshaker, Rubik, Jakiro. Those were my heroes.
Okay.
But now I'm shifting a bit towards Shaman and Witch Doctor, especially with Facet 2. Witch Doctor is very good.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I think the points you mentioned, like you, thanks for a very thorough analysis, and they were very detailed
Yeah, man.
points. So